Save on Cox Internet when you add Cox Mobile and get fiber-powered internet at home and unbeatable 5G reliability on the go. So whether you're playing a game at home,
yes, goal,
or attending one live, you can do more without spending more. Learn how to save at cox.com/internet. Cox Internet is connected to the premises via coaxial cable. Cox Mobile runs on the network with unbeatable 5G reliability as measured by Ookla LLC in the U.S. 2H 2023. Results may vary, not an endorsement. Other restrictions apply.
Listen to every MLB game live.
In the deep left center field, it is high, it is far, it is gone.
Stream minor league affiliates.
The Midwest League home run leader.
And watch the best baseball highlights and look-ins on MLB Big Inning. MLB At Bat is your all-in-one live baseball subscription for only $3.99 per month.
Deep left field, it's gonna go. Alvarez ties the game.
Subscribe to At Bat within the MLB app today. Major League Baseball trademarks used with permission.
Have you ever covered a carpet stain with a rug? Ignored a leaky faucet? Pretended your half-painted living room is supposed to look that way? Well, you're not alone. We've all got unfinished home projects. Whether it's a door that sticks, or a disorganized closet, or an AC unit that only works half the time. It all matters. You just haven't taken care of it yet. But there's an easier way. Just download the Thumbtack app. You can search for what you need done and find tons of highly rated pros right in your neighborhood. Check prices, reviews, and book a pro right on the spot. Plus, you'll know what to tackle next, because Thumbtack is the app that shows you what to do, who to hire, and when. Pull out your phone and in just a few taps, say goodbye to all those unfinished home projects and say hello to caring for your home the easier way. Download Thumbtack and start a project today.
And a phony at the mic.
Please hang on. Please. This is an official interruption of your local entertainment transmission.
This is the Bob and Jeff Show, starring Bob Lutz.
You may know less about me than anyone.
That would be terrific. That would be great, huh?
Terrific. That was terrific. Jeff Lutz.
Well, that's what you're talking about. It's not what I'm talking about.
I mean, the only class in this act. And I'm here to tell you, this boy's soul is intact.
97.5 and 1240 KFH.
I heartily endorse this event or product.
All right, welcome back. Hour number 2, the Bob and Jeff Show, KFH Radio. Bob Lutz, Jeff Lutz, Max Power producing the show and engineering. 869-1240 is the IHOP hotline. Couple of games in the NBA playoffs tonight that could be elimination games, including your Pacers, I put in quotation marks,
5:30 tonight, early start.
Against the Bucks. Which will you watch? Well, you'll have time to watch an hour and a half of that game before
probably sit down with some dinner and watch.
What dinner you having?
We're going to get a little hog wild tonight.
Really?
Yeah, I heard the commercial, and I said, that sounds good.
Well, that's why they run a commercial here.
Well, they did a good job.
That's why they're a sponsor of this show and have been forever.
And we appreciate it.
Because people who listen to this show tend to like Hog Wild barbecue.
Who doesn't like Hog Wild Pit barbecue?
Stuff. Who doesn't like barbecue as a whole? Getting ready to open up a brisket place over here close to where I live. As you know, we've been talking to Denise Neal about it for a couple of years. It looks like they're on the cusp of getting that baby open.
You're a big brisket guy. You like your brisket.
Love my brisket.
It's all right. I like the chicken. I like the ham. I like it all. Brisket's probably my 5th favorite.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, my goodness.
I like it.
How could you not want the brisket?
But I like the ham, turkey, and chicken.
Yeah, you can get ham, turkey, and chicken anywhere.
Well, not
you get some good brisket. That's the best there is.
Hog Wild's ham is fantastic.
The ham's fine. I like ham. But I'm just telling you right now, there's nothing like brisket. Have you ever had burnt ends?
Probably. They were too burnt for me, though.
Not funny. Was that an attempt at
I don't
humor?
know.
I can't even tell
I'm not
when
sure
you're.
if I.
You're so not funny that I can't
sure if
tell
I
when
had
you're
burnt
trying to
ends
be
or not.
funny.
Explain what burnt ends are, and I'll tell you if
the ends.
I definitely have had those.
And you burn them, and they're burned.
Oh, not funny. What is?
They're burned and they're ends. They're on the end.
End of what?
The cow.
Good.
And then you burn after the cow, while you're processing the meat. and you're barbecuing it, you burn that end.
Again,
And,
you think that's funny?
here's what
Apparently
I've come to
so.
learn in my life. Yes, I know I'm funny.
That's funny.
I am
Well,
now.
I can't argue because that was hilarious.
I can now unequivocally say I'm funny. And you're drawing me back to
Oh God!
my
Are we
yearbook.
gonna put those away at some point?
Yeah, I am
can
gonna put
imagine
them
you
away.
sitting here the last 2 days just pouring through those, looking
am
for
gonna
any
put 'em
sign
away.
of popularity.
Here's what my very, very good friend Wayne Gifford wrote
Well, he
in,
wrote
in my yearbook in 1970.
he wrote a book.
No, this is a different one. Okay? Here's what he wrote.
Did he love you?
No. To the funniest guy ever. That's how he starts off. I'm sure
Well, he
glad
was
I got
young.
to know you. Good luck everywhere and as an announcer.
Well, that didn't come to fruition. Sounded like he was ready to drop you. Just good luck. I've gotten to know
there's
you.
a
It's
lot
been
more
fine.
there. I was interested in a young lady at the time, and he said, "Good luck with
And
that
didn't
young
happen.
lady," and nothing ever came of
It's too bad.
it. Which is the story of my life as a
Well,
youngster.
things have come of it. They've just shattered.
Why do you say it like that?
No reason.
Why would you be mean like that?
How is that mean? If you don't find humor in your relationship foibles at this stage
What's
of your life,
humorous about it?
everything.
Here's a guy putting his heart on the line only to have it broken.
How many times have you really had your heart broken?
Oh, numerous.
Well, seriously.
No, numerous times.
Okay. Really?
Sure.
Well, that's
You go into any relationship not wanting the heart to be broken.
of course, but some people aren't worth. the
Oh, I've
heartbreak,
never
or
looked at it
you don't,
like that.
You don't feel
in
as
my
strongly
life.
about them to be heartbroken. When
How
it
would
doesn't
you
work.
know? When have you ever had a
Exactly.
feeling? I mean,
Yeah,
when
a
have you ever?
feeling.
When have you ever
Who
felt
would break my heart?
right? You got to have one to get it broken.
That's true.
No, I mean, these innocent little yearbook pinnings. They're fun to go back.
I had
and
a lot
read.
of people sign my 8th grade yearbook. I'm sure it's long gone, but it would have been fun to look back at
Well,
that.
I don't know why you long gone it. Why?
I don't
Why'd
know.
you?
I don't remember making that decision.
Well, I didn't do it.
I didn't say you did. I just don't know where it is. My friend Randy, I think, still has his somewhere. Maybe I could
Well,
look
I mean,
through that.
you look at these now. We're talking 54 years ago.
Yeah, I understand.
That's amazing. And these things still hold up.
What do you mean?
Well, I mean, there's still
Nothing anybody
viable.
wrote holds up.
I mean, you go back and look at some of this stuff, and it's interesting.
No doubt.
I'm glad we have yearbooks in schools.
Well, it's a nice
I
little
think
memento.
It's a great thing, not a good thing, a great thing. Because at the time, you're trying to act cool. Oh, I don't want a yearbook. But even
Who said that?
Even me.
Everybody wants a yearbook.
In my rebellion, that was very sharp in these years, I got a yearbook because I had the foresight to know that someday on a radio
What are you
show
talking about?
in 2024, I'd be talking about it.
Yeah, that's why. Everybody wants a yearbook. I don't remember anybody like, "Now I'm too cool to get a yearbook." No one
I
was
was too
like,
cool to go to prom.
"No, you weren't. You weren't cool enough to go to prom."
Would it surprise you to know that I was somewhat popular?
Yes,
Why?
because you tried too hard.
I tried to.
Yeah, I'm gonna drop my pottery. I'm not gonna go to prom. I'm gonna quit basketball. Just too much going on.
Too much happening for you?
No, just too much happening for you. Like,
Why?
why couldn't you just live a childhood and be normal?
I think I did live a childhood and was relatively normal.
And why did you feel like you needed to rebel against prom? Obviously, no date, but other than that,
I could have gone to prom. I just didn't. It didn't speak to me. I don't want to dress up and go to prom. I just didn't have an interest.
I enjoyed prom.
Who'd you go
Both
with
times.
again?
Both times. Brooke.
She broke your heart. Is that
did.
the spread eagle girl?
Yeah, you know who Brooke is. And
Was that the
and
spread eagle
Jessica.
girl?
Of course. Yeah, same year. It was before that, though. Prom was fun.
I almost feel I need to tell the spread eagle story when I
we
mention
had a good
it.
time at prom. Oh, we were well past that by prom.
You'd gotten back together?
Yeah. We weren't broken up.
Well, what happened? What
Until
happened
later.
to cause you to completely go emotionally overboard?
She was going to a movie with somebody else.
And so what?
That made me mad.
No, it didn't make you mad. You weren't mad.
I was mad, sad, all of it. Felt betrayed. Just nothing good.
You weren't. I didn't see anger. All I saw was complete emotional breakdown.
There was a breakdown.
And in a few hours, we're going to see the Eagles.
And I had a wonderful
on December
time.
31st, 1999. And I'm sitting there thinking to myself, what in the world is happening now?
We made up. It was all wonderful.
What am I going to do here?
Had a great time. That was one of the best nights of my life.
I hope so.
You know where we were December 31st, 2000? I think.
No.
At the Cotton Bowl.
That didn't have as much meaning to me.
Well, we weren't at it was played the next day, but we were in Dallas or whatever.
Why did I take you to the Cotton Bowl?
I don't know. I helped you get quotes. I interviewed Jonathan Beasley.
Well, there you go.
I think that was that year. It had to be, right?
Did I hang out with my friends down there? Or?
I don't remember. I think we were in a hotel. I don't think we hung out much, me and you.
Well, where'd you go?
Where I was down doing stuff. I don't remember.
I don't.
There was like some area of the hotel where you could like play games and stuff.
But I don't have a lot of recollection about
I don't really either, but I just remember that's where we were.
I don't remember it.
I'm telling you right now.
Well, good. I'm glad you had a good time. But I enjoyed covering the Cotton Bowl. Was that the Tennessee Cotton Bowl or the BYU Cotton Bowl?
Tennessee.
Was that the really cold Cotton Bowl?
Yes.
Yeah, that was a very, very cold day.
And yeah.
Now, was that the Sinbad Performance Cotton Bowl?
Not that I know of.
Because Sinbad performed at one of the Cotton Bowls that I covered. Must have been the BYU Cotton Bowl with K-State. And there's only one other time when I've been in a live setting to see a comedian where I've laughed that hard. Sinbad was incredible.
Sinbad? I mean, he's funny. Don't get me wrong.
No, he had that.
But I'm not going to roll on the floor.
He had that entire building going crazy. It was the funniest stuff you can imagine.
Well, I was only 17, so if it was in Dallas, maybe I just couldn't go.
Oh, you may not have been at the BYU Cotton.
I wasn't at that.
Okay, well, that's the one.
Okay.
But it was hilarious. And the only other time, and this one caught me completely off guard, with my wife at the Kansas Star Casino a few years ago to see Jeff Foxworthy.
Yeah, I remember.
Were you there?
No, but you talked about it a lot. We had him on the show right before that.
Yes.
And he was hilarious.
And I did not go into that concert or that show expecting to be overwhelmingly in a state of laughter.
If you stare at a can of orange juice because it says concentrate, you might be a redneck.
What goes through your mind to make you do that?
I like doing it.
There's got to be something in your brain that says, this will be funny.
It is. I think people love my Foxworthy.
I can't imagine.
Isn't that funny, my Foxworthy?
No, that wasn't. I'm being completely honest with you. That one didn't do anything for me.
You didn't like that one?
No, and it didn't sound like him.
It sounded like him.
And I've noticed this with your voice in these FanDuel ads. Something's wrong.
No, I'm very enthusiastic.
Yeah, but there's something going on with your voice.
No, that's perfect.
Talk to somebody.
All right.
No, serious.
About what?
About your voice. Ask them if it's...
Should I take like a voice acting class or something?
You should do something.
All right. Well, everyone I know loves
you
them.
Talk about trying too hard. That is a classic example.
Or
trying too hard.
Am I making a mockery of it? Am I doing a Bob by rebelling in some way? Like, I'm too cool for this. I'm going to go way over the top. What do you think it is?
You're trying too hard.
Okay, then I'll try easier next time.
Yeah.
Or I won't. Or I'll go even more over the top.
Yeah, I listen to Teddy Woodward read those. Wonderful.
He does a good job, but he doesn't put any real feeling into it. When you hear mine, you're like, I'm going to bet because this guy told me to.
Or I'm
Ted
never
is
going.
Just like, does he know sports?
Do you know sports?
Sorta.
Anyway, the Bucks are on the ropes. Indiana could eliminate them tonight at home. If they don't, you don't want to go Game 7 in Milwaukee, even without their stars.
Well, Lillard is questionable.
And the Knicks have a chance to eliminate the 76ers tonight. They'd had the chance in New York 2 nights ago and let it slip away. Late call in that game, controversial late call, costs the Knicks. But they could eliminate Philadelphia tonight. So a couple of interesting NBA playoff games. But I continue to say, and I believe wholeheartedly, that the best thing about the NBA playoffs is TNT and Charles Barkley, Shaq, Kenny, and Ernie. They're just incredible.
Yeah, they're entertaining. I don't watch it much. It's on pretty late, and I didn't watch many TNT games this year. But I know they're funny. I watch the clips on YouTube and stuff.
Well, this is a TNT doubleheader, so they'll be on at 5 o'clock.
Charles disrespected us early on in the season.
Charles disrespects everyone.
When we were beating Boston.
Charles is great. There's nothing he can say that would irritate me.
Well, I understand.
All right, we'll take a break. We'll come back and talk some baseball with you. Tomorrow on the show, remember, Bill Self, KU basketball coach, will join us at 2:45. Scott Pass from KSH SAA Covered will be on at 3:25 to talk about spring sports, high school spring sports. And Jason Duda will be in for the 3-man booth. That's all coming up tomorrow. We'll be back. This is the Bob and Jeff Show on KFH.
Save on Cox Internet when you add Cox Mobile and get fiber-powered internet at home and unbeatable 5G reliability on the go. So whether you're playing a game at home,
Yes, goal!
or attending one live, you can do more without spending more. Learn how to save at cox.com/internet. Cox Internet is connected to the premises via coaxial cable. Cox Mobile runs on the network with unbeatable 5G reliability as measured by Ookla LLC in the U.S. 2H 2023. Results may vary, not an endorsement. Other restrictions apply.
Now, with the MLB app, you can get baseball your way. Pick your favorite team, your favorite players, and get customized highlights, stories, and breaking news right on your home feed. Follow the action with Game 10, where 3D replays add another dimension. Plus, notifications can keep you connected to every pitch, every hit, every game. The MLB app. Baseball your way. Download it now for free from the App Store or Google Play. Blackout and other restrictions apply. Major League Baseball trademarks used with permission.
Have you ever covered a carpet stain with a rug? Ignored a leaky faucet? Pretended your half-painted living room is supposed to look that way? Well, you're not alone. We've all got unfinished home projects. Whether it's a door that sticks, or a disorganized closet, or an AC unit that only works half the time. It all matters. You just haven't taken care of it yet. But there's an easier way. Just download the Thumbtack app. You can search for what you need done and find tons of highly rated pros right in your neighborhood. Check prices, reviews, and book a pro right on the spot. Plus, you'll know what to tackle next, because Thumbtack is the app that shows you what to do, who to hire, and when. Pull out your phone and in just a few taps, say goodbye to all those unfinished home projects and say hello to caring for your home the easier way. Download Thumbtack and start a project today.
KFH.
Another band from my youth that I have never seen.
You're missing out.
Now, they broke up early because John Fogerty had some real discord with his brother. So Creedence Clearwater Revival, they broke up and they never
got back together?
No, they never got back together.
That's too bad.
But John Fogerty carved out a decent career.
He was good. He wasn't as good as he was with CCR.
Oh, I don't know about that.
Well, you got center field. What else did he do that?
Well, look up his work.
Really, Old Man Down the Road. That was CCR, right?
Well, look it up. What am I, the encyclopedia?
I don't know.
I mean, when you have these claims, you should have information to back them up.
Well, at this time, I don't. But if you can't think of one, doesn't that kind of prove my point? That maybe this guy wasn't as prolific as you thought. He did Jambalaya.
He did Change in the Weather.
The Old Man Down the Road. I thought that was a CCR song, but I love that song.
He did Rock and Roll Girls, which was a very underrated song.
Okay.
Walking in a Hurricane. Those are some of the songs I know.
Well, there you go. He has a few of them.
Rockin' All Over the World, that's another good song. Bad Moon Rising.
That's a CCR song.
Just thought you may not catch that.
I mean, I know some stuff. Yeah, Old Man Down the Road. I'm going to listen to that on the way home.
Joy of My Life. Very good song.
If you say so. I remember you had the Center Field album. You probably still do in that closet.
I haven't gotten in and looked at my albums lately. I hadn't gotten in and looked at my yearbooks lately. I mean, it's been years.
Well, those are
That's why I keep them out here.
I'm
because
selling those.
I found. Are you really?
Those records.
You're going to sell them?
Nah, probably not. I don't have the energy.
Well, let me make sure they're all there because we know how you like to pilfer.
I do?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's been well documented.
Interesting.
Hasn't it?
I guess. I mean, one gift card? I mean, I guess.
What else was it we talked about that you'd taken?
That card.
What other?
I opened that card.
Oh, yeah, my card that I got at the radio station.
Yeah, I opened that.
What was in it?
Nothing. A thank you note.
And you opened it?
Yeah, I did.
Clearly addressed to me.
I thought it said Bob and Jeff.
No, it did. You didn't think that.
I thought
You're
it
just
did.
nosy.
You're nosy, too. Everybody's nosy.
Not to the point that I'd open a card that was addressed
yes,
to you.
You would.
Absolutely
I
not.
I guarantee you would do that.
I absolutely wouldn't.
100. I'd bet my life on it.
Well, that's easy to say because we'll never have that opportunity.
Well, I'm gonna
get. I don't do is open mail addressed to others.
Except when I was a kid and throughout my childhood. But other than that, no.
Well, when you're a kid, if you're a minor, yeah, I'm going to see what's in the mail.
That's my mail, son.
You're damn right I am. And there's not a thing you can do about it.
Well, I can do stuff about it now. Get you back for it.
I'll check a minor's mail all day long.
Well, my mail. Let's not go crazy.
Oh no, I'll go along and if I get a letter here to a minor, I'll check it.
Are we going to get kicked off the air? I don't know where you're going with this.
Well, I'm talking when you were a kid and you got, I don't recall you getting anything in the mail.
I got mail all the time.
But if you did, I'm sure as hell going to open it.
I don't still have. My mom kept them, and I ended up with them. I've got letters that I wrote to her after she moved.
I'm not going to open that up if you get a letter from your mother. I'm not, of course I'm not going to
I don't think you did.
But if I get something that looks suspicious.
I don't have any letters from her, though. That's unfortunate.
What happened to them?
I don't know. Time happens.
Well, those are things you cherish.
Yeah, I've got my letters to her.
You put them away somewhere.
You would think, but I didn't have that kind of.
You still have my letters that I used to write to you?
What letters did you write?
On Christmas every year.
I don't think so.
You don't still have those?
But I didn't save my mom's letters. She saved them, and I ended up with them.
You didn't save the letters I sent you?
Not that I know
Every
of.
Christmas?
Those were nice. You stopped doing that, though.
Well, you're 70, for God's sake.
Well, keep a tradition.
What am I gonna say?
Either you're gonna keep a tradition going or you're not.
Here's something I've noticed as well. I don't wish happy birthday on Facebook the way I used to. Used to do it religiously.
Yeah, it's a waste of time.
I don't think it is. I think it's a good way to reach out.
Why don't you?
I don't know. I feel like I don't have the time anymore. And it takes what? 3 minutes?
Not very long.
First of all, I don't check Facebook as often. I'm still on it. I posted a photo today. One of the great photos I've ever seen. You saw it.
Yeah, it was nice.
Am I overblowing that?
No, I mean anyone.
I saw it and I said, "My God, that's a great photo."
Do you know the kid?
Yeah, I know now.
Well, what's his name? His first name?
I'm not going to give you his name.
Tell me his first name.
No, I'm not going to play those games with you.
What do you mean?
Because you don't need to know.
Kids, people want to know.
No, I'm not going to give the first name.
That's old Jeff.
No, I'm not going to do it.
I bet is it Angelo? Is that his name?
No, I'm not going to do it. I don't get involved in things like that.
All right. Just heard from Justin Hill.
What's he have to say?
He's been really busy trying to finish up school.
Well, is he coming on the show? I don't care about school. I'll just be frank with you. His academic pursuits are secondary to his ability to come on this show.
I put every option out there. We can do it tomorrow. We can do it another time.
What's he say?
Or you can come on in a few minutes.
What's he say? No, I don't want him on in a few minutes.
You just said, is he going to come on the show?
Yeah, tomorrow. Or next week. I'm not prepared.
You're not?
No, I do.
Always prepared.
When I'm prepared, I'm ready to go. But I'm not prepared for an interview.
No, I'm always prepared.
You can't just spring that on me.
You do that to me all the time, and I come up with gems of questions.
That's not something we do here.
Okay. I mean, I feel like if you're a true journalist and a guy's available for an interview, you make it happen and you put your best foot forward.
What's he saying? Does he want to come on in a few minutes?
Well, I just told him not. No. I said tomorrow or next week works good.
Well, we'll get him on. We'll look forward to talking some more Shocker basketball. By the way, the Shocker baseball team has apparently run out of pitching. They're giving up a lot of runs. They have a tough part of their schedule, but they gave up 21 to Oklahoma State a couple nights ago. They were beaten 8-1 by Kansas last night, and they start a conference series in San Antonio against UTSA, which has a good team. So not a good run here for Shocker baseball.
Yeah, they started 19-9. I think they've lost 16 out of their last 20.
So I don't know what to make of all that. Because in this day and age of the transfer portal, the days of saying, well, they're building a program, they got some good young players, you can't really go there.
Well, they got a lot of money today.
Gene Stevenson donated $600,000
admitting to donate, yes,
to the baseball program and $20,000 per year to their collective.
Now let's just put it out there. Are you surprised that Gene has $600,000 to give away?
A little bit.
I mean, we all talked about it. I mean, it's the elephant in the room, but hey, good for him.
Yeah, good for him.
That's fantastic.
Generous gift for sure. You see the damage done at UCLA?
I've heard about it. I know there was some protests at Portland State that got a little out of hand. I don't know how to feel about all that. I'm not a college student.
I was a college student back in the day when protests were somewhat fashionable. although not in the 60s when they were pretty commonplace. But I never participated in a protest.
Well, I certainly stand up for anyone's right to assemble peacefully.
Sure,
and if it gets out of hand, I understand the other side of it as well.
If you do damage to a building like they did at UCLA or Columbia, I mean, it's just absolutely ridiculous. I don't get it. It's okay to have.
Well, I don't know who it helps or who it convinces or.
Well, I don't know who did it either. Hopefully they'll find out. I don't know if it's students at those schools or people from outside of the schools. I don't know. It's crazy. All right, we have just a few minutes left. Bill Self will be on this show tomorrow at 2:45. I'm curious to ask him about the changing landscape of college basketball with NIL and transfer portal. He's certainly been aggressive in the transfer portal this year, but coaches of Bill Self's ilk and from his generation have, to some degree, kind of washed their hands and moved on rather than get involved in all of this.
Have you seen what Kentucky has done in the transfer portal?
Yeah.
They've added 8 guys. They had 0 players, I think, when Mark Pope. Maybe like 2 commits, freshman guys. He's gotten 8 guys in the transfer portal, and they're the favorite to get a 9th, one of his best players from BYU. So I think that's extremely interesting.
Well, I suppose it's interesting. It's the way you got to go about
things.
Just
this random
now.
Collection of players that you hope works out. You're going to have them for a year. You're not going to have them for any longer than a year. And let's just see what happens. But I find it fascinating.
That's the new world,
right?
And I don't like it, frankly. You find it fascinating. I don't like it.
I'm not saying I like it or dislike it. I just think it's extremely interesting that you basically have
that would indicate that you like it.
It's not really. I think there are a lot of things.
Name something interesting that you don't like.
There are a lot of things that are interesting that I don't like.
I don't like your socks. I don't find them interesting.
Certain segments of history and events.
You know what I'm saying?
No, I
don't like those socks.
Okay.
But I don't find them interesting either.
That's fine.
So that's kind of what I'm talking about.
World War II. I mean, don't like it, but I find it interesting.
I've never heard you mention World War II.
I like World War II. I mean, the idea of it, the history of it, reading about it.
I didn't know that.
Understand the need to go to war. Glad we won. Glad we defeated a lot of bad people. So there you go.
There you go.
That's my take on World War II.
Well, that was just that was an interesting take for sure.
Thank you.
You know, there's 40 million people I could do a radio show with, and I got you.
You got me. Well,
now,
pick
that
somebody
was
else.
straight from the Rickles catalog.
It was?
Yes.
Man, I thought he was funny.
Do you ever look through YouTube at older comedians?
Yeah, I told you about this the other day.
Who'd you watch?
I told you about Red Skelton.
You watched Red Skelton on YouTube? I didn't know you'd watched him.
Yeah, I watched him on Johnny Carson. I watched George Burns.
Wasn't he great?
Yeah, they were hilarious because they didn't care. And
Red Skelton was great. Just a great guy, funny, witty. I feel bad that you weren't around for him.
Well, I like those old comedians because they did the same style of comedy, but it was much more subtle. Like if you were a dirty comedian back in the day, it was subtle. You had to read between the lines a little bit. Not a lot, but it wasn't just out there. I don't know.
Red Skelton doesn't get the credit he deserves, and soon he won't get any credit at all because
no one will
people
remember
like
him.
Me, who were young when he was popular, will be gone, and there will be no more. It's a weird evolution of life, you know. It's a weird. It's weird because you just have your moment, and you have your brief moment, and a guy like Red Skelton, who was as popular as anybody back in his time,
yeah,
and
had some longevity
now
too.
You'd be hard pressed to find 10% of the population who's aware of Red Skelton or what he did. And in 20 years, there probably won't be anybody. I mean, you'll still
I'll be here.
I heard of Red Skelton, and
yeah, I'll be old. I'll be the guy. I'll be the old guy. Like only
you
old.
weren't alive. Well, I guess you were alive when Red Skelton was alive.
I mean, I don't know exactly what he did, but I know he was a comedian.
He had his own show.
Everybody had a show back in the day.
But he was big. I mean, it was one of the top-rated shows. I went to the Hutchinson State Fair to see Red Skelton.
Really? I'm going to have to look up some more of those.
My parents loved Red Skelton,
but I mean,
and by passing that down to me, I grew to love Red Skelton.
Of course, as you should.
And the guy I was getting at was Rodney Dangerfield, who is...
Well, that's the one.
...is hilarious, was hilarious. And his delivery... There's nobody like these guys anymore.
I know. But comedy's still good.
But not like that.
It evolves, as he said.
No, I don't think it's evolved from those people. They were the greatest to ever do
Evolution just means moving forward. It doesn't necessarily mean better or worse.
Our next Bob and Jeff draft on Monday is going to be comedians.
That's it?
That's it.
Just I can pick any 8 comedians.
Yes.
All right.
That's it.
Okay. Are you going to watch the Pop-Tarts movie made by Jerry Seinfeld?
No.
Really?
I don't even know what it is.
I mean, he's been all over television and the internet. I mean, you couldn't have missed it. He's on everything. He's on every web show. He's on every TV show.
Well, that shows you where I am.
He's done every interview. I mean, I've never seen Jerry Seinfeld out like this.
I've seen that he's been lamenting the fact that you can't be funny in the year 2024, which I disagree with.
Yeah, that doesn't do anything for me.
But I haven't seen anything about a Pop-Tarts movie.
It's called Unfrosted. It's on Netflix tomorrow.
I may look at it.
You should.
I may look at it.
It's supposed to be very funny.
All right. Thank you for listening today, everyone. We appreciate it. To our guests, we also appreciate them. A.J. McGinnis, soon-to-be Shocker basketball player, and Mike Furches. Tomorrow on the show, Bill Self and Scott Pask. 1KU guy, 1K State guy. That'll be fun. We'll see you then.
Save on Cox Internet when you add Cox Mobile and get fiber-powered internet at home and unbeatable 5G reliability on the go. So whether you're playing a game at home,
yes, goal,
or attending one live, you can do more without spending more. Learn how to save at Cox.com/internet. Cox Internet is connected to the premises via coaxial cable. Cox Mobile runs on the network with unbeatable 5G reliability as measured by Ookla LLC in the U.S. 2H 2023. Results may vary, not an endorsement. Other restrictions apply.
Everybody knows it. Toyota trucks are the stuff of legends. Rugged, durable, everlasting. Toyota makes trucks that just don't quit. And now Toyota is driving that legacy toward the future with 2 of their most powerful trucks ever, the new Tundra and the all-new Tacoma. In a half-ton Tundra, you can rule the roads. From the comfort of a spacious cabin with connected tech and plenty of hauling power, the Tundra is ready to work hard and play even harder. Or check out the all-new 24 Tacoma, redesigned and electrified to maximize your adventure. With a bevy of available off-road driving and power transfer modes, you will effortlessly crush the conditions. And with the Tacoma's reimagined interior, you'll do it in style. And right now, your local Toyota dealer has more vehicles in stock and is making delivery on new vehicles almost every day. So don't wait. Buy a Tundra or Tacoma today. Visit buyatoyota.com for deals and more. Toyota, let's go places.
Baseball is back, and so is MLB.tv. Watch every out-of-market regular season game on your favorite streaming devices, anywhere, anytime, all season long. Follow the action live or on demand. Track 4 games at once with multi-view mode and catch up with in-game highlights. Plus, original programs, minor league broadcasts, and local pre- and post-game shows. Go to MLB.tv to start your free trial today. Blackout and other restrictions apply. Major League Baseball trademarks used with permission.